Hey, what's up guys? How we doing? So, I wanted to bring back that weekly watch list series I started last week, and this week I wanted to also include films that are new releases on Blu-ray or 4K for the first time. So, we're going to be talking about things that have just come out on streaming, VOD, all different streaming services, as well as what's new on home media. Now, I've got quite a list today. We went from 27 to 35. So I'm going to try to go through it as quickly as I can, make sure I don't go over my camera's time limit, and yeah, so how about we get to it? Okay, so the first one we have here is Greenland. I have not seen this film. I've known about it for a while. It's about a family struggles for survival in the face of a cataclysmic natural disaster. So yeah, it's been on my radar for quite a while, but I haven't seen it. I've heard some pretty good things. It's out on Blu-ray now. If this is one that you guys have seen and you did enjoy, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Saint Maud. This one, well, I've heard a lot of really interesting things about this one for all you horror fans out there. It follows a pious nurse who becomes dangerously obsessed with saving the soul of her dying patient. Definitely intrigued to see that one. I've heard a lot of good things. That is out on the streaming service Epix, which I haven't used before, but I'd be interested to check out. If you guys have seen this, definitely let me know your thoughts on that one. Judas and the Black Messiah. This is out on HBO Max today. It follows the story of Fred Hampton, chairman of the Illinois Black Panther Party, and his fateful betrayal by FBI informant William O'Neill. So yeah, that sounds very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out sometime. Been on my radar. It's definitely one I want to see due to the award contention that it's getting, and Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield are excellent actors too. So let's see, we got Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. That's a nice little ring to that title. That's out on VOD. It's about lifelong friends Barb and Star embark on the adventure of a lifetime when they decide to leave their small Midwestern town for the first time ever. Okay. I like the setup to that. Looks like it's getting some mixed feedback, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that one. I probably won't see it until it's a little cheaper to rent or on something that I already subscribe to. Music. So this film is about a person named Zhu is newly sober when she receives news that she is to become the sole guardian of her half-sister named Music, a young girl on the autism spectrum. The film explores two of Ziya's favorite themes, finding her voice and creating family. So I don't know too much about this film, but I see that it's getting panned pretty heavily here. We already got over 1,500 votes, 3.5. So there must be something here that was not done well or to somebody's liking. So I probably will research that one. I'm not that interested in seeing it. I do know that it's up for an award at the Golden Globes. But yeah, I kind of want to know the backstory behind what's going on with those votes and criticism. So there we have Freaky. I've known about this film. It's now on Blu-ray. After swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent. I'm definitely excited to see this one. I love horror comedies. Vince Vaughn has really turned a corner, I think. The last few years he's done a lot of great stuff. So yeah, let me know if you guys have seen Freaky. Very excited to check that one out. Falling. This one is a new VOD release. It's about a man named John Peterson who lives with his partner Eric and their adopted daughter in Southern California when he is visited by his aging father Willis from Los Angeles, who is searching for a place to retire. Their two very different worlds collide. Okay, so some kind of drama going on there. Looks like it's got pretty decent reviews. I like that it's written by, starring, and directed by Viggo Mortensen, so that's exciting. Let's see, we got Fear. Oh yeah, well let me know if you guys have seen that one. I'm very interested to check it out. Fear of Rain. This is another VOD release. A girl living with schizophrenia struggles with terrifying hallucinations as she begins to suspect her neighbor has kidnapped a child. The only person who believes her is Caleb, a boy she isn't even sure exists. Okay, yeah. I really like that synopsis. I like films dealing with mental illnesses. It looks like it's a drama, horror, thriller, so that could be pretty interesting if they are able to do it well and not push the wrong buttons. So, yeah, let me know if you guys have seen that one. I want to know your thoughts. Willy's Wonderland. Oh man. Okay, so this looks pretty interesting. We got Nicolas Cage in a horror thriller. A quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive. Well, I love that synopsis. It's definitely got a lot going for it. I love seeing Nicolas Cage in some of these crazy roles. So I definitely want to check that one out at some point. Let me know if you guys have seen it. And yeah. Sputnik. This is, man, we got a lot of horror coming out this week. That's awesome. So this is about the lone survivor of an enigmatic spaceship incident hasn't returned back home alone. Hasn't returned back home alone. Hiding inside his body is a dangerous creature. Sorry, I felt like I forgot how to talk while reading that one, but yes, that film, I've heard good things. I've seen the trailer for this one. I don't watch that many movie trailers nowadays, but I definitely want to check this one out. I've heard some good stuff. That's out on Blu-ray this week. All right, guys, this might be my most excited about film that I actually forgot to mention that came out last week. It's called Little Fish. It's about a couple that fights to hold their relationship together as a memory loss virus spreads and threatens to erase the history of their love and courtship. So I find the premise very interesting, but what really intrigues me about this film is the cast. We have Olivia Cooke, who I love ever since, I want to say, Thoroughbreds, you know, and she's in Ready Player One and the most recent Sound of Metal. And then we have Jack O'Connell. I loved his role in Skins. He was fantastic in that show, so I can't wait to see how they do on screen together. That's kind of just a film that I just have very genuine interest in checking out soon. So the next one we got is, that's a VOD release. Yes. And the next one we got is The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. This is available on Amazon Prime Video. It's about two teens who live the same day repeatedly, enabling them to create the titular map. So that kind of sounds like a little bit of a twist on Groundhog Day, except with two people. You know, I've been watching a lot of films recently. I'm not even kidding, I just watched Groundhog Day in full for the first time yesterday, which I loved. But, you know, Palm Springs, Happy Death Day to You, and Happy Death Day. There's a lot of these films out there, so this one sounds a little on the young adult side, but it looks like it's getting pretty good reviews, so I'd be interested to check it out. Let me know what you guys think. To All the Boys, Always and Forever. So let's see, the synopsis for this is continuing the romantic life of the teenage girl and facing her good and hard times with her friends and family. So it's a little vague there, but yeah, I know that this is a popular film trilogy now. I haven't seen any of them, but I'd be intrigued to check them out. I've heard some people really like them, so yeah, I'm sure a lot of you are excited. That's out on Netflix, like the rest. Elysium. This is available on 4K for the first time, and the synopsis: in the year 2154, the very wealthy live on a man-made space station, while the rest of the population resides on a ruined Earth. A man takes on a mission that could bring equality to the polarized worlds. So, interesting concept. We got Matt Damon. You know, sounds like a pretty solid, average, entertaining film. I'd be interested to see it on 4K. But yeah. Let me know if you guys are going to be picking that one up. Wander Darkly. This is a new release on Blu-ray. New parents Adrian and Mateo are forced to reckon with trauma amidst their troubled relationship. They must revisit the memories of their past and unravel haunting truths in order to face their uncertain future. So that film, I was just mostly intrigued by the poster, I will say, but yeah, I think it's pretty interesting, so I'd like to see if you guys are thinking about picking that one up. That's on Blu-ray. We have a film here that's going to be on Hulu, already on VOD, 2067. Oh, that's far into the future. One man's journey to the future to save a dying world. Okay, very basic, very basic synopsis. Sounds like something we've seen before. Looks like it's not getting a lot of great feedback. If you guys have enjoyed this film, let me know. Or if you haven't, feel free to let me know that too. Red Dot. This is a film on Netflix. When Nadia becomes pregnant, they make an attempt to rekindle their relationship by traveling to the north of Sweden for a hiking trip, but soon their romantic trip turns into a nightmare. Okay, that sounds a little... I don't know. I think some editing needs to happen on that synopsis, but yeah, not that intrigued by that one. Sounds like your average horror thriller, I guess, but... So there we go. The Parallax View. This is an older film on Blu-ray for the first time. This came out in, let's see, the 70s. An ambitious reporter gets in way over his head trouble while investigating a senator's assassination, which leads to a vast conspiracy involving a multinational corporation behind every event in the world's headlines. Ooh. So yeah, that could be pretty fascinating. It sounds like a interesting 70s film. For those of you collectors out there or just want to check on an older film on Blu-ray. The Little Prince. Now, those of you probably know this is available, I want to say, on Netflix. Looks like we got some other options. Yeah, it's on. You can rent it on VOD. But this is available for the first time on on Blu-ray. It's about a little girl who lives in a very grown-up world with her mother, who tries to prepare her for it. Her neighbor, the aviator, introduces the girl to an extraordinary world where anything is possible, the world of the Little Prince. So I have seen this film, actually. I just thought I'd mention it for those of you that might be interested in seeing it on Blu-ray. I don't remember it that well, but I remember not really just caring for it too much, but I know a lot of people have praised it pretty highly, so I thought I'd let you guys know. Squared Love. This is a... I'm not quite sure the country here. I can scroll down a bit and confirm that. It is a Polish film. This is, I'll go back up here. A celebrity journalist and renowned womanizer starts to rethink his life choices after he falls for a mysterious model who leads a double life. Yeah, so this just came out on Netflix. It looks like it's getting some average, below average feedback so far. Let me know if you guys are interested in that one. There is no I in Threesome. No, there is not. Before tying the knot, Ollie and Zoe want to try something new. Okay. Both the title of this and it's a documentary. Interesting. So, it's not getting the best feedback, but I don't know. Could be a fun one. Could be a little dramatic. I don't know. Then Came You. This is available on Hulu. This is a rom-com about a lonely widow that plans a trip around the world with her husband's ashes to revisit the places they loved in the movies. The first stop on the journey changes her life forever. Sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. But yeah, that's gonna be on Hulu. Monsoon. I've known about this one for recently. It has Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians. So it's about a man named Kit, a British-Vietnamese man, returns to Saigon for the first time in over 30 years after fleeing during the Vietnam-American War. Okay, so that's going to have some drama for sure. Oh, it's some romance. Let me know if you guys have heard about that one or are intrigued to see it. After Midnight. This is a Shudder film, which means horror. When his girlfriend suddenly disappears, leaving a cryptic note as her only explanation, Hank's comfortable life and his sanity begin to crack. Then, from the woods surrounding his house, something terrible starts trying to break in. Well, this could be a pretty interesting one. It looks like a pretty crazy poster there. But yeah, let me know if you guys who got Shudder would recommend that one. Legend of Deification. This is also known as Jiang Ziya. It's from the creators of, I want to say, White Snake, the same animators. It's about banished to the mortal world, a warrior has to slay a demon to return to the heavenly realm and become a god. So I'm always intrigued by Chinese animation. There aren't too many films I've seen. I haven't seen White Snake, but I've heard good things about it. Actually, I'm not sure if it was made by I might be mixing this up with the film Ninja. I think that was the studio that did that one. That also did this one. But I might have to double check that. Anywho, let me know if you guys are interested and you're going to check that one out. Looks like we have Layla Majnun. While in Azerbaijan, Layla, an Indonesian scholar, falls for Samir, an admirer of her work, but her arranged marriage stands in the way. Okay, sounds like a pretty, solid Indonesian film. Let's see here. Does it tell us at the bottom? Yep, Indonesian. So that is on Netflix. Let's see. Marvel's Behind the Mask. This is a Disney Plus documentary. It's about where you can meet the writers and artists behind the characters like Black Panther, Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, Luke Cage, the X-Men, Captain Marvel, and many other characters in the Marvel Universe, highlighting their impact on pop culture and media. So that sounds like a pretty cool plot for people that are big fans of just behind-the-scenes stuff, you know, learning about the creators of all these great comic book characters. Could be pretty interesting. Let me know if you guys are going to check that one out. Oh boy, I don't know about this film just because it sounds horrifying, but for some reason it's a comedy, drama, and family film. A bumbling pig farmer, a feisty salon owner, a sensitive busboy, an expat architect, and a disenchanted rich girl converge and collide as thousands of dead pigs float down the river towards a rapidly modernizing Shanghai. That plot is all over the place. I have no idea what to say, but I'm not so sure if I truly want to see this one or not. Just by that title, kind of worries me, and whatever images might be on screen. That's available on MUBI, which I've never tried before. So let me know if you guys are going to see that one. We have a classic older film here that's going to be on Blu-ray called A Tale of Two Cities. We'll check out that one. So a pair of lookalikes, one a former French aristocrat and the other an alcoholic English lawyer, fall in love with the same woman amongst the turmoil of the French Revolution. Yeah, sounds like an interesting drama historical piece. So that's available on Blu-ray for the first time, you guys. We have this film, I want to say is French, and the title, if we look here, is the Misadventures of Hedi and Cokeman. So in Paris, two dysfunctional drug dealers use family ties to try and boost their business. Yeah, I don't know, that sounds a little too over the top for me. As you can see, it's not getting the best reviews, or I should say ratings. But yeah, if you guys are going to watch that one, it's on Netflix. Zico's Journey. This is a Spanish animation. It's about a girl, a dog, and her best pal set out to save a mountain from a gold-hungry corporation. But the key lies closer to home with her sidekick pup Zico. I think that could be pretty fascinating. I'm always up for new animated films. I like the style we're seeing here, and I don't know if I've seen a Spanish animation, so yeah, that could be pretty cool. That's on Netflix. Then we have They Call Me Dr. Miami on Discovery Plus. This is a documentary about Dr. Michael Salzhauer, also known as Dr. Miami, who is one of the most famous plastic surgeons in the U.S. and the first doctor to live stream graphic procedures such as tummy tucks and breast augmentations on Snapchat. Good for him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in seeing that one, but I'm sure a lot of people out there would be wanting to check it out. So yeah, They Call Me Dr. Miami on Discovery Plus. Next we have Black Art in the Absence of Light. This is on HBO, and it's an in-depth look at the works of up-and-coming black visual artists. I think that could be really fascinating. Looks like, it's not getting best ratings, but yeah, I like the idea of that. Let me know if you guys are going to check that one out. El Inconveniente. So that's the inconvenience. Sarah is offered to buy the perfect apartment, roomy, very luminous, and so much inexpensive. Just a little problem. She can't live in it before Lola, the actual and aged owner, die. That is an inconvenience. That looks like it could be kind of a fun Spanish film. If you guys are interested in checking that one out, let me know. That's going to be on HBO. And last, but certainly not least, is a Korean film by the name of Hill of Freedom, which is now on Blu-ray. It's about a man named Kwon who returns to Seoul from the mountains and is given a packet of letters from Mori back from Japan to propose to her. Kwon drops and scatters the undated letters. She reads them and has to make sense of the chronology, and so must we. Yeah, that looks like a pretty fascinating film. I'm intrigued by this one just from the poster. I'm pretty much always interested in most Korean films. It looks like it's getting solid reviews too, so let me know if you guys are going to check that one out or if you've seen it. Alright guys, so we can also briefly go through what I plan to watch this week if I manage to make the time. I would really like to check out Little Fish, as you could probably tell from what I said. I'd like to see The Midnight Sky as an award contender for that score from Alexandre Desplat. I have Acura on 4K, so I've been meaning to check that out. I've been meaning to rewatch Slumdog Millionaire. I've always enjoyed that film and I've owned it for a while. I just haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet, and it's been good. Probably been a good almost 10 years since I've seen it. And then I'm hoping I can watch American Psycho for the first time. I've always heard good things about that, you know. So yeah, that's what I've got on my list. I would love to hear yours. Okay, guys, so that about wraps it up for this week's weekly watch list. There's definitely a lot of films that are coming out this week, and there's even more that are in cinemas only. However, I didn't include those because I can't go to the cinemas right now. I know some of you can, but until they're back open where I live, I'm just going to list what is actually available to me. With that, I'd love to hear what you guys are planning to watch. If there's anything on this list that stood out to you that you're definitely going to check out, let's talk about it in the comments. As always, my name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.